welcome to my channel. Before we start, as you can probably tell from the title, this video is of some Lore Olympus fan art. So if you haven't read it yet, and you would like to, please go and read it before you watch this video. I wouldn't like to spoil anything for any of you. So yes, this video is a shameless fan art piece for one of my favourite couples in Lore Olympus. Let's introduce the characters involved. First, we have Daphne. She's a flower nymph from the mortal realm who now lives in Olympus and works as a model for Pomegranate, a company owned by Underworld Corp. Look at this girl! She is just so beautiful, and yet so relatable. Second, we have Thanatos, the god of death. He works under Hades at Underworld Corp, and at the beginning of the story he is very much on the antagonistic end of the spectrum, even only as a side character. But the further we read into the story, the more he is shown as misunderstood. And I personally prefer soft boy Thanatos to snarky Thanatos. Anyway, I boarded this couple's ship before it had even really been confirmed. From the first instance we see them interact in episode 139. I mean, just look at them! So cute! So, for my indulgence of this couple, I decided to redraw a scene of them together that I loved from episode 169. In this scene, Daphne asks Thanatos what death is like for mortals. But to change things up, I thought it might be nice to insert them into the Lore Olympus High School alternate universe from my first ever Speedpaint on this channel, which I will link in the description below. In the scene from episode 169, Daphne asks Thanatos if he thinks dying is very painful for mortals, and when he shows concern for her asking so many questions about death, she admits to being a little more morbid than others would expect. And I mean, same. Now then, let's jump into this video. To begin with, I thumbnailed how I wanted the panels to look, but I quickly realised that I wouldn't have got the chance to draw a full body shot of either character. So, to remedy that, I decided to put some cute little full body profiles either side of the panels. I thought it'd be a cute way to frame this piece, while also showing off their outfits in full. I've tried to be more conscious in my choice to draw full body poses, especially when designing characters, or in this case altering the designs of existing characters, to fit them into an alternate universe. Once the poses were sketched out, I got started on the outfit designs, which is both really fun and also very challenging for me. I enjoy fashion and love seeing how different clothes and aesthetics fit my own characters in different settings, but I can't say that I'm always willing to try new outfit styles myself, so I find it hard to step out of my comfort zone sometimes. I started off with Thanatos on this one, and went for a more alternative clothing style, with a collared shirt and jumper combo, some skinny jeans, and big boots. I wanted to make sure that he looked tall and lean, because that's very much how I read his character in the comic. I decided an alternative type of dress style for Thanatos almost as soon as I came up with the concept for this video. We see him in suits a lot in the earlier chapters, seeing as he is most often in work. But we do occasionally see him in more casual modern clothing, and it looks to me like he favours jumpers or sweaters. So we're going with that. As for his hair, I absolutely adore his little man bun, and think that style is so cute, but for the purposes of going all in on his alternative aesthetic, I decided to draw his hair out, because oh my gods, it's glorious, just look at it! Then, when it came to picking an outfit for Daphne, I was a little more unsure. She is so pretty and rocks a tight clothing style, which I love, But while elements of her outfit came with next to no thought, like her low-rise skinny jeans, I did struggle to come up with shoes and a top for her. When it comes to side characters, there is an expectation that we don't see as much of them as the main cast. So I struggled to think of what she might dress like in a high school setting. That's not to say we don't see her in many outfits. This girl can dress. I just wondered how I could translate her mature fashion into an aged down version of her character. I eventually settled on a cute shirt and crop jumper combo. Sort of like a softer look that still mirrors the outfit that Thanatos is wearing. But as you might have seen, I had an even harder time on the footwear. Originally I thought some pumps would be a good look, but I just didn't think that they tied the pieces together well enough. So I switched it up for some chunky heeled boots, which I also had trouble drawing. I guess that needs to go on my list of things to practice more. When I decided to make fan art of these two characters, I knew I wanted to fit in as many little hints to their shared storyline as I could. I think that that's a fun way to show appreciation of the characters together, and it gives others that enjoy the ship an extra level of enjoyment when looking at your finished piece. Things like the little flower clip that Thanatos gives Daphne, the pretzel that Daphne buys for Thanatos when he helps her out of a sticky situation, and the hat that Thanatos wears when he goes all spy mode. Because honestly, that whole fit just makes me giggle. Now, when it came to doing the actual sketches for the comic side of this piece, I went for a chibi style in the first two panels, just because I thought it would be super cute and make the slight facial expression changes between the two panels really easy to read. Then I could focus in on their faces for the last two talking head panels and go into a bit more detail. At the moment, Lore Olympus is on a mid-season hiatus, with the return date to be confirmed. I adore this comic. The story, the characters, and I applaud the creator, Rachel Smythe, for her wonderful take on the story of Hades and Persephone. I enjoy romance comics anyway, but always need more than just a straightforward "and then they fell in love" story. You know? Just
add a little bit of spice.
With romance stories, I often find myself shipping not just the main cast, but also the side characters too. And in Lore Olympus, there are so many ships to jump onto. But this ship holds a special place for me. When Daphne was first introduced in Lore Olympus, I remember feeling sad. Because if you know the story of Daphne in Greek mythology, you know it doesn't end well for her. I immediately took a liking to her. She's such a sweet and genuine character, and she holds her family and friends dearly. I love that. So, when I saw the possibility of a ship for her that didn't include the other member of the pair being one of the worst characters in the story, I became attached a little too quickly. Not to mention, Daphne's relationship with Thanatos, even just as friends, is such a great move for him, character development wise. He grows so much in just a few instances that we see them together. This idea came out of nowhere for me. I read the mid-season finale episode and felt that I needed more. So I went on a little reread of my favourite arcs of the story so far. But quite quickly, I got sidetracked by Daphne and Thanatos. I reread all of their interactive scenes in the story so far, and that's when I stumbled back across episode 169, and I felt the same feeling that I had felt the first time I read it. Adoration. I felt so much love for this couple, and for them as characters separate from each other. I felt connected to Daphne, for reasons I won't go into, but I felt it. And let's just say, I'm a little bit more morbid than others would expect. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of my artwork, you can follow me on the social media accounts listed on screen. I'll also leave links in the description below. Please consider subscribing to my channel to help me grow. And like the video if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.